Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a makeup tutorial, a real one, not a Halloween one. I feel like it has been a really long time since I've sat down and actually talked to the camera and not just did a voiceover, because for the whole month of October I was doing Halloween tutorials and that was really fun, but I kind of missed just doing normal makeup. For not talking to the camera for a month, I don't really have much to say. So if you want to see this makeup tutorial right here, it's kind of like a wearable orange, and orange is really on trend for both fall and the spring and summer. In the fall it's more of the burnt orange colors, like the rusty orange, and then in the spring and summer it's more of the light peachy orange colors. And I feel like everybody is afraid to wear orange eyeshadows and stuff like that, and orange lips. So this makeup tutorial is more of a wearable orange, so you don't look like a pumpkin or an Oompa Loompa walking around town. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! The first thing that I'm doing is putting on my foundation, which is Bare Minerals Bare Skin Foundation. I'm using a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm just buffing it all over my skin. This is a really good foundation for people with dry skin. If you have oily skin, I would not recommend this foundation for you. For concealer, I'm using Maybelline's Highlighting Concealer, and I'm just putting that all over the places that I want to highlight, underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and my chin, and then I'm just buffing it out with a damp beauty blender. You really want your beauty blender to be damp, because otherwise it'll just soak up all your concealer and you'll be using a lot more product than you would if it wasn't wet. So it being wet, it just sits on top of the beauty blender instead of soaking it in, and you use a lot less product, and it also creates a dewy finish. Next, I'm contouring with Benefit's Hoola Bronzer, and I'm using this new Makeup Geek brush that I got. It's their contour brush, and I am obsessed with it. So I'm just contouring my cheekbones and my temples and a little bit on my jawline. Next, I'm filling my eyebrows in with this Tease shade from the Naked 2 palette. You guys have seen me do this a million times, so I just kind of fast forward through this. Here I am continuing to contour. I don't know how these clips got out of order, but they did. So yeah, I'm just contouring my temples and my jaw. Then I'm using Maybelline's Brow Drama in the color Blonde, just as a brow gel to keep my brows in place, and I love this tinted brow gel. It's amazing. For blush, I'm using Makeup Geek's Infatuation, and this goes really well with the whole Wearable Orange look. It's almost a bronzer, but it's still kind of a blush. So it's an orangey blush, and I didn't realize how much I love this shade. So yeah, that's Makeup Geek's Infatuation. As always, I'm priming my eyelids. I'm using Urban Decay's Primer Potion, the anti-aging one. And then I am just using Makeup Geek's Peach Smoothie as a transition shade, and I'm just buffing it all over my crease from inner to outer corner. And I'm really blending this out. It doesn't really look like there's anything on my lids, but when the whole look comes together, it's just really good for blending. Then from the Anastasia Amrezy palette, I am using the color Morocco, and I'm just putting that right over Peach Smoothie and buffing it out. And then for the star of the show, this is a NYX pigment in the color Rust. And I'm using my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray just to make it more metallic. If you use a spray like this or Fix Plus or eye drops or anything like that, it'll really make the eyeshadow or the pigment look more metallic. And I'm just putting this all over my eyes and then I'm blending it out. You can blend it out with Peach Smoothie or you can just blend it out with a clean brush. Then I'm using Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear just to blend out even further in the crease the pigment and the Morocco eyeshadow, and this just deepens up the look a little bit just so it's not all one flat orange color. Then I'm using Cocoa Bear again on a flat definer brush just to press on my lower lash line. And then I'm just buffing it out with more Cocoa Bear on a pencil brush just so it looks more smoky and it's blended. Then by Makeup Geek again, I'm taking the shade called Shimma Shimma, and I'm putting that in my inner corners as a highlight and also on under my brow as a highlight, and I'm also taking that on my cheekbones. Who said you can't use eyeshadows as cheekbone highlights? And then this is my really sad clip of my winged liner. Then I'm just going in with mascara. I'm using Rimmel's Lash Accelerator and L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black and just putting a couple coats on my lower lash line and my upper lash line. For lips, I wanted to tie in more orange, so I'm using Mischievous by Revlon, and this is just one of those matte balm lipsticks, and I'm putting a very, very, very light wash of the orange on, and then I'm kind of muting it out with this lip gloss by Urban Decay in the color Love Child, just so it's not really orange, but it's kind of like a nude-ish orange.
But your shit is not that inspiring.